Back at Gateway High School, where this afternoon Homer Center against Eden Christian. Eden Christian, a ball club that comes into this game at 16-5 overall, and they are the third-place team out of the WPIAL. Their win on Monday was over DuBois Central Catholic. 4-0 was the victory there, and they used their big left-handed pitcher in that game, and so he's not available to them today. We'll hear about that from Scott Bauer, the head coach of the Wildcats. They lost in the WPIAL semis to Carmichael's 4-3. Carmichael's the team which Homer Center beat on Monday by a score of 10-0. But Eden Christian all season long has been going back and forth. They put together a nice win streak at the beginning of the season, suffered 2 straight losses, and then from April 9th until it just disappeared off my screen. From April 9th all the way until April the 28th, they did not lose a game, so they did pretty well there in the month of April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins for them during the month of April. And, of course, we remember what April weather was about, and it was awful difficult to get your ball games in. But they're a ball club that has some nice hitting, particularly from 2 of their players. We'll give you some of their numbers as we get further into our pregame as well. The pitching matchup for today for Eden Christian, they're going to be throwing Jacob Janicki, who is also their leadoff hitter. And for the Warriors on the season, Janicki has a 2.68 ERA. They do not list his wins and losses. Well, they list him with none either way, 0 and 0 in 8 appearances. So he has not pitched a lot of baseball this season. Only 15.2 innings pitched for Janicki, which is really surprising that he gets the start here today. But that's who they'll be throwing. I would assume that they're going to have other arms ready to go on the season. On this season, Janicki has given up 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He has struck out 16 and walked 10 on the year. So he's not had a lot of experience on the mound so far this season. Of course, we always have to throw in the caveat that we don't know that their numbers are up-to-date and accurate, but that's the way that it looks according to the stats that they do list. For the Homer Center Wildcats this afternoon, one of their more versatile players, and it's going to be interesting to watch him as well on the mound because the Nash Budner always has something to say about the outcome of a game, whether he's in center field, shortstop, or on the pitcher's mound. Nash coming into the game with a 5-1 record in 11 appearances, a 2.60 ERA, and on this season, in 37 2/3 innings, he's given up 14 earned runs out of the 21 runs that he has surrendered. He's struck out 46 and walked 22. And so Budner matching up against Janicki this afternoon here from Gateway High School. Coming up, we're going to have a conversation with the head coach of the Wildcats. He's Scott Bauer. You are listening to Homer Center Playoff Baseball on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
This is your voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
Back at Gateway High School, getting set to bring you Homer Center, taking on Eden Christian in the PIAA quarterfinals. 8 teams left playing in the state. We'll talk about that with the head coach of the Wildcats, Scott Bauer, the opportunity that lays before his team here this afternoon. Here's the coach.
Coach Scott Bauer, here we are in, you're one of the final 8 teams playing in the state. I know that's a pretty exciting thing, but guys got to buckle down and play a baseball game today against an Eden Christian team. We talked to you the other day, weren't quite sure what they're all about. What have you learned about them since?
They got 2 big hitters, Emsweiler and Hall, that are pretty good. Their shortstop's pretty good. Feldman, he's pretty fast. We do know Emsweiler, the big lefty, he's not available today, so we're just kind of wait and see who they're going to throw today. But they're scrappy. They play good defense. They throw strikes. It's going to be a tough challenge.
Tell me about your starting pitcher today and what he has to do in order to play his best game.
Yeah, we're going to go with Nash to start. He's got to be able to locate, throw strikes, try to keep them off balance. They do have some good team speed, so and they do have some power in the lineup. So we just, there's some guys we need to be careful of. But just go out there and compete. That's all we want from him today.
Nash is really good at changing speeds, isn't he?
He does, and it's not necessarily, with the changeup. He'll sometimes take a little bit just off his arm speed, and he is effective that way.
Talk about the defensive challenge on this particular field. It's an all-turf field, infield and outfield. The ball can skim, can it?
Yeah, I would think. We watched. There was a lot of games played here through the WPIAA playoffs. We talked to the Indiana coaches who played here last year and again this year, just trying to pick some folks' brains and just get some ideas. But for us, this is a unique opportunity because we've never played. Well, we did play at the Point Stadium, but the ball will skip. We talked about taking proper angles in the outfield and things like that. But yeah, we'll be ready.
For kids as well who have never played in an atmosphere where you've got a turf sliding pit, that's a different type of experience. Have they practiced that? How do you go about that?
Yeah, we talk about sliding into bases and just hold on for dear life. It's just, again, at the end of the day, it's baseball. The surface, we're not letting that become an excuse. We're just going to go out and play and do the best we can.
When you get to this stage of a baseball season, the entire community is watching this today and listening for it and hoping for the best. But a trip to the Final Four would be a fantastic thing. And I know the guys realize it, but just have to keep a level head and play a good baseball game.
That's it. We haven't really looked too far back, and we definitely haven't looked too far ahead. We just are focused on the moment. We appreciate all the support that we're getting back. Homer City, Center Township, the Homer Center School District, school community, Indiana County. It's been fantastic, and these boys, they deserve everything they get. So yeah, we want to try to take this thing as far as we can.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you so much.
There's Scott Bauer, the head coach of the Homer Center Wildcats, getting set for this game this afternoon against the Eden Christian Warriors. Coming up, we'll take a look at our lineups. We also have this afternoon our S&T Bank salute to our players, and looking forward to that as well. Our players that we anticipate today are going to make a big difference in this baseball game, and we'll bring it all to you here on this broadcast as we get you set for the Wildcats and the Warriors. WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
IRMC Sports Medicine, board certified sports medicine specialist, study comprehensive healthcare for active patients. Dr. Michael Sabatini says they can be used.
You don't really have to be playing a sport to get injured. Any type of ache, pain that you're having, you always can take a look at and see what we can do for you and try to get you back to getting out there.
IRMC Sports Medicine can help at the Human Motion Institute on the main IRMC campus, and Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4:30 at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posit's Auto Shop. Posit's Auto Shop will do more than mechanical repairs, including design, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posit also specializes 888-949-4053.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Morning Show, Indiana and morning on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
All right, just talking with the IT guy here at Gateway High School who tells us that they just will not be able to get the Wi-Fi up and rolling here, so internet not available to us. We'll keep it right here and bring you the phone signal as we get set for this baseball game here this afternoon between Homer Center and Eden Christian. Our S&T Bank players you can count on for the Wildcats this afternoon. Boy, it's kind of hard to pick one because they've had some real standouts. Certainly you focus upon the Dunn brothers. Colin Dunn, the freshman, has come up and just been tremendous. He's batting average now up to .434 on the season, and key hit after key hit for him. He had 3 hits just the other day in the game against Carmichael's, and so you certainly focus upon him. Probably nobody hotter, maybe even in the state of Pennsylvania, than Braden Rado, the Homer Center catcher. His batting average now up to .533. He also had 3 hits the other day, 2 of them the infield variety, and Braden Rado has just been, he's also been a tremendous catcher for the Wildcats. He gunned down 2 runners just the other day in the game against Carmichael's. Braden Dunn has been a team leader all season long. Batting average of .478, always seems to come up with the key hit. One of the guys that we really like to focus upon as a contributor that, you might look at the numbers and say those aren't outstanding, but Drew Fisher is always there for the Wildcats. He seems to do something special every game. He finds ways to get on base, and it's a pretty distinct talent that he has for doing that. He's also a very, very solid fielder. Nate Birchall is another one that you focus upon. All of these guys would qualify certainly as our S&T Bank players you can count on, and we're looking forward to watching them all today. Certainly Nash Budner is going to be a part of this attack as well as the Wildcats get set to take on the Eden Christian Warriors. Let's get into your lineups today and to get you all set for that, as we're not so far off from playing some baseball. For Eden Christian, they are the visiting team today, and for the Warriors of Eden Christian, their leadoff hitter is Jacob Janicki. Their pitcher, Janicki, coming into the season, or coming into this game, I should say, hitting .377, and he's driven in 15 runs on the season for them. Brett Feldman bats second. Feldman is the shortstop, a .475 hitter coming into this game. In the 3-hole, it's Brady Hall, the first baseman, and Brady Hall hitting a .536 on the year. He's got 35 runs driven in, 12 doubles and 2 home runs among his hit totals. Noah Emsweiler, we heard Scott Bauer talking about him. He'll bat fourth in this lineup. Emsweiler on the season is a .481 hitter with 29 runs driven in. He's got 9 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs on the season for Emsweiler. Batting fifth is Josh Tilden, the catcher. Tilden, a .151 hitter for the Eden Christian Warriors, and the left fielder Levi DeFazio will bat sixth. DeFazio batting .250 on the year. Batting seventh is the third baseman Christian Watkins, a .364 hitter on the year with 17 runs driven in. The designated hitter Levi Parrott bats eighth. Parrott on the year batting .056, and he'll bat for the second baseman Luca Natali. And then batting ninth is the right fielder Luke Burford. Burford on the year batting .233. So for Eden Christian, it's Janicki, Feldman, and Hull, Emsweiler, Tilden, and DeFazio, Watkins, Parrott, and Burford. That's the batting order. Natali is the second baseman. Parrott, the designated hitter, will hit for him. For the Homer Center Wildcats, it's a very familiar lineup for Coach Scott Bauer. He'll lead off with Braden Rado. Rado, the catcher, as we said, Outstanding 533 batting average on the season for Braden. And he has a talent for getting, all this a talent for getting hit by a pitch as well. He's been hit by pitches 11 times during the course of this season. Nate Birchall bats second. Birchall, the second baseman, with a 367 batting average for the Wildcats. Braden Dunn will bat third, the shortstop. Braden Dunn is another guy with a talent for getting hit by pitches. He has been hit 14 times through the course of the year. A 478 batting average for Braden Dunn. Batting cleanup is Colin Dunn, the third baseman. Colin comes into the game. A 434 batting average, a 522 on-base percentage for Colin Dunn. He has a home run, 7 doubles among his hits. Of course, we remember the Grand Slam. Batting fifth, Dom Shimko in right field today. Shimko, the sophomore, was the starting pitcher who went all the way in the game the other day, batting 289 on the season. And Dom has a talent for drawing walks. He's drawn 19 of them. Only Nate Birchall has drawn more. He has 25. Batting sixth, Noah Turk. Noah had the ultimate hit that made it a mercy rule game the other day. Solid single with the bases loaded. Turk coming into the season, or into this game, I should say, with a batting average of 229. Nash Butner, the pitcher, he will bat seventh. Butner this season, solid year at the plate. He's batting 260. As we said, he's a pitcher. He's a center fielder. He's a shortstop. He's got a lot of skills. Very athletic young man. Drew Fisher will bat eighth. Fisher in left field here today. Drew on the season, a batting average of 162, but a talent for getting on base, 262 on base percentage. And batting ninth is Matt Zerfoss, the designated hitter. Zerfoss on the year, 148 batting average for the Wildcats as the DH. You're playing the national anthem right now. We're going to stand up. We're on our way back with first pitch on the way shortly. You are listening to PIAA playoff baseball on an IRMC high school baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and star the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclaim and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
That's commendable. But when it comes to IRS rules and regulations, it's not a bad idea to seek the help of a professional. That professional is Thompson Trust in Colonial County. Tom can help with tax prep for individuals, families, and payroll services too. Wishing the Wildcats all the best in today's game. Centronia County.
Field line in shallow right field, you might say. do that as this afternoon goes along. We'll probably, in fact, slip up to the top of the press box and get along the railing to get a little bit better view and get you all set to go. Nash Budner is completing his warm-up tosses, and we're soon going to be playing some baseball here for you this afternoon. Our first inning, in fact, our first two innings this afternoon, brought to you by Robindale, proud to sponsor the broadcast. If you'd like to become a part of the Robindale team, contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com. All right, it's a windy day, so we've got things trying to hold down all of our papers. We'll get it all done for you here this afternoon as the leadoff hitter Jacob Janicki steps in to face Nash Budner. And first pitch of the game is a called strike. Budner quickly. The 0-1 is up high. A ball and a strike on Janicki, the pitcher this afternoon. 377 batting average for Janicki. The 1-1 is in there for strike two, so Budner ahead in the count. 20 hits in 53 at-bats with 15 runs driven in for Janicki. 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer as he takes ball two with 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nash Budner. They'll wind up in the pitch. It's outside ball 3. So the count goes full on Jacob Janicki. Janicki, Feldman, and Brady Hull, the scheduled hitters for Eden Christian. The payoff pitch from Budner is ball 4. So Janicki will trot on down to first base. Brett Feldman will step to the plate. Here's your Homer Center defense. Third baseman Colin Dunn, Braden Dunn's at short, Nate Birchall at second base, and Noah Turk at first. Around the outfield, Drew Fisher, Connor DeArmond, and Dom Shimko. It's outside ball 1 to Brett Feldman. Your catcher is Braden Rado, the pitcher Nash Budner. Brett Feldman, the batter, been hitting .475 on the year, 14 runs driven in, 5 doubles and 2 triples among his total as he takes a strike. It's 1-1. Warm day, 85 degrees game time temperature. Breezy, though, on this turf field. Here's the 1-1, and that is inside. He'll step back a little bit. It's 2 balls and a strike. On Feldman, the shortstop. And here's the pitch. And that is outside. It's 3 balls and a strike now on Feldman. Nash from the stretch and the pitch, and it's chopped to third where Colin Dunn fields it, has trouble getting it out of his glove, and he's going to beat that one out for a base hit. He wanted to go to second, but it wasn't there on that high chop off this turf field. That's an infield single by Brett Feldman, and runners on first and second with nobody out for Brady Hall. Braden Rado will go out and talk a bit to his pitcher. And right away, you see the difference that a turf field like this makes. That was a very, very high hop. So runners on first and second, nobody out for Hull. .536 batting average on the season. And he's driven in 35 runners. He's got a runner in scoring position right now. Nobody out, top of the first. He's a big kid. He takes a strike. They do not keep pitch speed, and from this angle, it's going to be hard to tell the type of pitch that Nash is throwing up there. But Nash is a guy that likes to mix up his speeds, as you heard from Scott Bauer. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. All the big first baseman. not holding the runner on at first base, and that is a ball. And boy, Homer Center wanted that one. You can see the Homer Center fans along that first baseline distressed at that. A ball and 2 strikes. Budner the stretch and the pitch. That's down low. And it's 2-2. Nobody out yet here in the top of the first inning. Runners on first and second for Eden Christian. Noah Emsweiler, the center fielder, waits on deck. The pitch here is driven into center field. That'll get down for a base hit, and the runner held up. Now he will round the bag. The throw is going to come home and beat him, but Braden Rado can't hold on to it. The runner slides into him, and Janicki gets the score. Nice play there by Homer Center. Connor DeArmond's throw, but the runner and the ball arriving just at about the same time, and able to jar that ball loose was Janicki on the slide. Feldman gets down to third base, and Hull with the RBI single to center field. 1-0. The lead for Eden Christian. Noah Emsweiler, left-handed hitter, the center fielder, will step in. Emsweiler batting .481 on the season with 29 runs driven in, 9 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. He'll swing and miss at strike one. Emsweiler also their top pitcher, but he threw that 4-0 shutout at DuBois Central Catholic on Monday, so he's not available on the mound today. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Out of the stretch, the pitch, the runner goes, and it's chopped to third. And again, a high hop. Dunn's throw is going to get him. The run will score on the grounder by Emsweiler, but the first out of the game as well. That's a long throw, and Colin Dunn had to be really extra patient in order to not panic and get that throw over there, and he did. So the out goes 5-3. The run, though, will score, and it's 2-0. Eden Christian. Josh Tilden stepping to the plate. And that's up high for a ball. Tilden, the catcher, batting .151 on the season with 11 runs driven in. He's got a runner on second and 1 away. Budner glance over at second base, and then the pitch is up high. It's 2 balls, no strikes on Tilden. The 2-0 is in there for a strike. First inning action, PIAA state quarterfinals. Pitch is in there for a strike. Count evens up at 2-2. Budner gets the ball, and he's ready to go right away. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled back out of play. Inning started with a walk to Janicki, Feldman with the infield single, and Hull the run-scoring single to center field. The RBI ground out by Emsweiler, 1 away and a runner on second. This pitch is up high. The count will go full on Josh Tilden. 5th batter of this first inning. Here's the pitch. That's grounded to third base once again. Dunn's throw will get him, and moving up to third base is Emsweiler, or rather Hull. So they put the ball in play 4 times here in this first inning. 3 of them have been grounders on the high hop to Colin Dunn, and 1 the single to center field. They sent him back. They must have ruled that a foul ball, and it's out of play here. So Tilden is back in there. I take it all back. So the you put your head down to check your score sheet, it looked like a routine play, but they ruled it a foul ball. And so another 3-2 pitch is on the way, and he has to duck out of the way of that one. That'll be a walk, and the runner will move up as the ball got by on a wild pitch. And so take that grounder to third off the books, make it a walk for Tilden. And advancing on the wild pitch is Brady Hull. So runners now on first and third, and still only one out in this inning as Levi DeFazio will come to the plate for Eden Christian. And Ash Budner will wait for Braden Rado to signal his teammates as to field position. Levi DeFazio will step to the plate for the Warriors. A .250 hitter on the season. Budner will fake to third, look back at first, but there's no play there. 2-0. Eden Christian with the lead. This one's high. The runner goes, and Homer Center won't even throw down as they weren't able to hold that runner on. It's a stolen base. Take away the force play. A stolen base by Tilden. A ball and no strikes now on DeFazio. And there's a strike from Rado. It's 1-1. Stretch from Budner. And the pitch. It's a high fly ball down the left field line. It's a very, very narrow foul territory, so not a lot of opportunity there. It's out of play. And down into the driveway into Gateway High School. This field located right along the main drive into the school. I would guess that there are a bunch of foul balls that go over and actually hit the school building. That's a swing and a miss there, but did he get a piece of it? Looks like he did. Count remains 1-2 on Levi DeFazio. Christian Watkins waits on deck. Big first inning so far for Eden Christian. They lead it 2-0. And the pitch is popped up, and charging in and making the catch is Braden Dunn, the shortstop. That's 2 away. The pop up to Dunn and bring up Christian Watkins, the third baseman. Watkins will step into the plate with runners on second and third. A .364 hitter, swing and a miss at that first pitch. He's driven in 17 runs on the season, 4 doubles for Watkins, among his total of 30 hits. This one is a drive down the left field line, giving chase and not able to get there. It bounces on the track and off the wall. That is a 2-run double. Oh, it's actually going to be a single. It did not advance beyond first base. He drove it down that left field line. It bounced once at the beginning of the track. It's 316 down the line. A base hit there will drive in 2, and it is 4-0 Eden Christian here in the first inning. Levi Parrott will come to the plate, the designated hitter, with a runner on first and 2 away. He'll swing and miss at that first pitch. Parrott, an .056 hitter. 4 runs in here in the first for Eden Christian. And Budner facing the 8th hitter in their lineup. A ball and a strike with 2 away. Nash, swing and a miss. Ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Wildcats have been comeback kids all season long. They're going to have to do it again today. They've got 7 at-bats at least in which to do it. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 and finally end this top of the first inning. But 4 runs come in on 2 hits for Eden Christian. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's 4-0. They lead it on an IRMC Homer Center Wildcat playoff baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160. And he faces Braden Rado, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Tremendous numbers for Braden Rado on the season, batting over 500. 0-1 is up high. A ball and a strike. A ball. 2-1 on Rado. Janicki's windup. And this is driven into center field, but on the line drive, it will be fielded there by Emsweiler, one away. Braden Rado in his .533 batting average. That is a rare out by the Wildcats catcher. Nate Birchall will come to the plate for Homer Center. Second baseman. He'll take a strike. 8 on the season, batting .367. It's up high for a ball. 1-1. Wind up in Janicki's pitch is a called strike 2. 1-2 on the Wildcat second baseman. Janicki, the windup in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I guess into the turf. There is no dirt on this field. A 2.68 ERA. This is appearance number 8 on the season for him. He's only thrown 15 2/3 innings. Count goes full at 3-2. And the right-hander, a payoff pitch to Birchall. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 away for the Wildcats, and Braden Dunn will step in, the Wildcats shortstop. Braden batting .478 on the year. His only difficulty with this year, besides a troublesome injury or two, has been getting someone to throw pitches to him. He'll take a strike here. Teams prefer to pitch around Braden. But Janicki is ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. That's up high for a ball. 1-1. When we got here today, it was bright blazing sun, but it's turned a bit overcast, which is probably a good thing. That's a strike on Dunn. And it's 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Wildcats trailing it by a score of 4-0 in the bottom of the first inning. The windup in the pitch by Janicki, and that's ball 2. Count evens up. The windup in the pitch by Janicki, and Dunn is going to line this one sharply into center field. Base hit. Braden Dunn right back through the box as the first hit of the afternoon for Homer Center. Comes with 2 outs, and will bring Colin Dunn to the plate, Braden's younger brother. 4-0. Wildcats trail it. Bottom of the first inning. Colin Dunn on the season batting .434. And he'll take a strike. Of course, that home run that Colin has was the game-winning walk-off grand slam a couple of weeks ago. No balls and a strike. Braden Dunn goes. Throw down. It won't get there. He's safe. The stolen base by Braden Dunn puts him in scoring position. The pitch was a strike, so it's 0-2 now on Colin Dunn. With Braden down there at second base. Out of the stretch, Janicki. The pitch. way high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Two outs in the bottom of the first inning, 4-0, Homer Center trailing, with Dunn on second base and Colin Dunn at the plate. This one's fouled away out of play. Staying alive is Colin Dunn, the third baseman. Dom Shimko waits on deck for the Wildcats. They'd like to just chip away at this lead and stabilize things when they're back out in the field. The pitch is up high, and the count evens up at 2-2, 2 outs in the inning. Janicki back up onto the mound. It's an artificial turf mound. Out of the stretch, here's the pitch. Foul back. Two and two on Colin Dunn. Braden Dunn singled and stole second base. He's at second at the moment. 2 outs in the inning. Dunn staying alive. Janicki. The stretch. And here's the pitch. Bounces in there, and the count goes full once more. So more base runners would not be a bad thing. And we'll see how Colin Dunn accepts this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first, runner on second base. Janicki, the pitcher. The set and the pitch. And that's chopped toward first, or toward second, actually. Fielding it and flipping it on to first base is Natali Tahal, and that will end the inning. 4-0 at the end of 1. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center on an IRMC Homer Center Wildcat playoff baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Employee pricing for all at Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City. That's right, you pay what they pay. Plus, drive home America's #1 selling truck, the legendary F-150, with 3.9% financing for 72 months and $2,000 bonus cash. See dealer for details. Luther Ford has been Indiana County's truck leader for 57 years. Ford Motor Company and Luther Ford, from America, for America, built right here for you. Your Ford experts, Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and online at lutherford.com.
Your hometown morning show, Indiana in the Morning, on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160, WCCS.
4-0. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center at the end of 1 inning. Our first and second innings this afternoon brought to you by Robindale, proud to help sponsor the game. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com. Nash Budner set to work his second inning for the Wildcats. He faces the number 9 hitter Luke Burford of the Eden Christian Warriors. He squares around the bunt, charging at both first and third for the Wildcats. It is a ball. Burford batting .233 on the season, 10 hits, 11 runs driven in. He'll take ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the right fielder of Eden Christian. Squaring around to bunt once more, and that's a called strike. It's 2-1. Wildcats really don't want to fall any further in this 4-0 margin right now. Again, Burford squares. He'll swing away and chop it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joust underway in the second inning. 4 runs in the top of the first for Eden Christian. Wildcats not able to put anybody in. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Butner this afternoon. Janicki will come to the plate, walked and scored, leading off the game for Eden Christian. So second plate appearance this afternoon, the pitcher for the Warriors, Butner, the windup and the pitch. That's a line drive into right field, a base hit. Shimko will get the ball in. Third hit of the afternoon for Eden Christian. And Brett Feldman, who singled and scored in the first, gets his second at-bat. Courtesy runner is coming in for Janicki. That is going to be Fowler, Kyle Fowler. So he'll lead off, and it's a short lead. Butner will check him. First pitch to Feldman is down low for a ball. One and 0, top of the second inning, 4-0, Eden Christian. Butner's pitch is a called strike. One and 1 with Brady Hull waiting on deck. Butner the stretch, and the pitch is a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Feldman, the shortstop, one of their 2 better hitters. Throw over, had him leaning, but he does dive back in time. Feldman batting .475 on the season with 14 runs driven in. 2 balls and a strike. Butner's pitch is outside, and it's 3-1. Nash walked a couple of guys in that first inning. Doesn't want to lose Feldman here. The 3-1 pitch is down low, ball 4. So 2 on now for Eden Christian. And Brady Hull with a single to center field his first time up, drove in a run, later came around to score. He'll bat with 1 out and runners on first and second. Top of the second inning. Hull mentioned he's a really, really big kid. Big, muscular type of ball player. He'll take a ball here. Nash with the 1-0 at the called strike on Hull. It's one of those cases where you just want to start pouring in strikes. Use your fielders. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Out of the stretch, this one will bounce and get away. Runners will move up. And again, take away the force play on the wild pitch. Awfully difficult to block that ball on this turf field. Second and third, and Braden Rado going over a little equipment change coming up for him. I think he's changing his mitt, his catcher's mitt. Tosses it to the ground. And it might not be the mitt, it might be the chest protector. No, it's the belt. His belt gave way, I guess, because he's changing his belt right now. All right, so, yeah, they pick it up in 2 pieces. So a bit of an equipment delay here for Braden Rado. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Eden Christian with a 4-0 lead and runners on second and third. Rado ready to go again. he'll settle in. And we're ready to go. Nash Budner. The stretch and the pitch. That's a called strike. It's 2-2. Wildcats, the District 6 champions, haven't gotten off to the start they'd want here this afternoon, but there's still time. A 2-2 pitch is on the way. Budner releases. That's chopped foul. Off the fence right in front of the Eden Christian dugout. He was way ahead of that. Hull steps in once more. Right-hander on right-hander. Budner working out of the stretch. Here comes the 2-2. And that one is driven deep, and Fisher gives chase, and that is out of here. A long, long home run for Brady Hull. It's a 3-run shot over the 388 mark in center field. Hull makes it 7-0. Hull, the third hitter in the lineup, the first baseman, a 3-run shot there. He's driven in 4 runs with that 3-run shot. And Emsweiler will come to the plate with his team holding a comfortable 7-0 lead, still only 1 out. Emsweiler grounded out to third base his first time up. Budner's pitch is up high to Emsweiler. Drew Fisher got on his pony right off the bat there, but that ball was so well struck, and it wasn't a high drive. It was a line drive out of here at the 388 mark. Swing and a miss by Emsweiler. It's a ball and a strike on him. The windup and the pitch by Budner. And this one is a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Emsweiler with the single. That is the third hit of the inning. 3 runs are in the inning, and it's 7-0. And conference at the mound for the Homer Center Wildcats. We'll see if Nash is going to be taken out or if he's going to stay in there. And I believe he'll stay in. It's Kurt Krajosik who is out there, not Scott Bauer. I believe. Under the sunglasses at this distance, kind of hard to say. But the conference concludes, and Budner remains on the mound. Runner on first and 1 away. The inning started with a strikeout of Burford, but then a single by Janicki, a walk to Feldman, and then Hull with the 3-run home run to make it 7-0. And Budner set to work again. 1 away in the second. The stretch and the pitch. High fly ball, left fielder, Drew Fisher, settles under it, makes the catch. And 2 away. I said Drew Fisher in center before. That's Connor DeArmond, of course, in center field. Drew Fisher over and left. Levi DeFazio popped up to the shortstop his first time up. He bats with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Here in the second inning, in a 7-0 lead for Eden Christian. Runner goes. Rado's throw down is high. In fact, goes into center field. DeArmond backs up. It's a stolen base for Emsweiler. So he's in second base and in scoring position for DeFazio. A ball and no strikes on the Eden Christian left fielder. Budner. Stretch in the pitch is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Well, a major comeback is in order here for the Homer Center Wildcats now. Down 7-0 in the second. This one is fouled out of play. Will bounce off the fence and come back onto the field of play, so Fisher will have to go over and grab it. Two away here for DeFazio. 1-2. Budner going to throw towards second. It goes into center field, and the runner will move up on the throwing error. First error of the game on Homer Center, but the runner down to third base. So a ball and 2 strikes. Emsweiler at third. And Budner will work from the windup. And that's high off the backstop. In fact, went so high off the backstop that it came back to Braden Rado on the fly. He never had to do anything but turn around and catch it coming back. 2-2 on DeFazio. Swing and a miss. And he got him, strike 3. But 3-run score for Eden Christian on 3 hits. And they lead at 7-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. It's an IRMC Homer Center Wildcat playoff baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
IRMC Sports Medicine. Board-certified sports medicine specialists focused on comprehensive health care for active patients. Dr. Michael Suffredini says they can ease the pain.
You don't really have to be playing a sport to get injured. Any type of ache, pain that you're having, we always can take a look at and see what we can do for you, try to get you back to getting out there.
IRMC Sports Medicine can help at the Human Motion Institute on the main IRMC campus and Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4:30 at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Boosters Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
101.1 and AM 1160 WCCS and at WCCSradio.com.
And the Homer Center Area Athletic Booster Club, one of our 2 co-presenting sponsors, along with American Legion Post 493. As we get to the bottom half of the second inning, 7-0, Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. Dom Shimko steps in for the Wildcats, and he'll take a ball from Jacob Janicki. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Shimko batting .289 on the season. Dom has driven in 25 runs. A 1-1 pitch. Dom in right field today. He also plays third, first, and as we saw on Monday, he pitches pretty well as well. 2 balls and a strike. Janicki's pitch bounces all the way over the catcher. 3 balls and a strike on Shimko. Now the Wildcats need base runners, trailing 7-0. Our first and second innings today brought to you by Robindale. This pitch is ball 4, so Shimko draws the walk. If you'd like to become a part of the Robindale team, they'd like to have you. Give them a call at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or you can see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com. Leadoff hitters on for Homer Center. Shimko walks. Noah Turk will step to the plate, the first baseman for the Wildcats, and Janicki's first pitch is a called strike. On the season, Turk batting .229. And he awaits an 0-1 pitch, chops this one towards second, and that is going to get through. Noah's going to have to beat it out at first, and he did. It's a turf single for Noah Turk. Runners on first and second for the Wildcats. So Nash Budner will come to the plate with a couple of runners on and nobody out. And in a 7-0 hole, the Wildcats could really use some runs this inning. Budner, as Janicki awaits. You put the ball on the floor, into play today, and you'll get yourself a high hop and have a chance to beat something out on this field. That's exactly what Noah Turk just did. Pitch to Budner is outside, ball 1. Jacob Janicki. As we said, he has not pitched a lot this season. It's only his 9th pitching appearance. A ball and no strikes. Budner will swing and miss. One and one. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. 7-0. Wildcats trail it. And Budner awaits. Here's the pitch. Foul back. 1-2. On the season, Nash Budner. Batting .260. Driven in 9. And Janicki ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the stretch in the pitch. And that one is tomahawked deep into left field, and that's going to bounce off the wall. Shimko will round third, and he will score. Pulling in at second with the double is Budner, and Turk will stop at third base. That pitch was up in his eyes, and Nash took a heavy hack, and the Wildcats are on the board. RBI double by Nash Budner. They're certainly comeback specialists. They've got a long way to go, but they're on the road. Drew Fisher will step in for the Wildcats. Conference at the mound for Eden Christian. Fisher carries a batting average of 162 into the game. He's driven in 17 runs. Twelve hits on the season for Drew. 5 of them have been doubles. That's a tremendous percentage. He's got runners on second and third right now. Wildcats finally get on the board here in the second. They trail by 6 runs at 7-1. And Janicki now will work out of the stretch to Fisher. The pitch is up high for a ball. Matt Zerfoss, the designated hitter, will wait on deck. Nobody out here. Runners on second and third. An opportunity for Homer Center to get back into this game. A 1-0 pitch on the way to Fisher. That's ball 2. There are 2 games here this afternoon. One of the other teams arriving here. I don't know what that second game is. If I can read at a distance, it looks like Titans would probably make it Shaler. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike. It is the Titans. But it's not Shaler, because that is not an S on their hats. That is a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Fisher. Nobody out and 2 on. Budner doubled in a runner. Turk, who singled, is over at third base. This one is a line drive caught by the first baseman. Diving to make that catch was Hull. Good glove work by him. He got up and threw to second, but Budner was able to get back and avoid the double play. It looked like it was ticketed for the right field line and would have scored 2, but a diving stop there by Hull, the first baseman. Great play by him. Matt Zerfoss will step in for the Wildcats. One away now, and runners on second and third. One run in the inning for Homer Center. Janicki's pitch to Zerfoss is a strike. Matt on the season a 148 batting average. He has driven in 4 runs. He's got 2 out there to drive in right now. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Second inning runners on second and third for the Wildcats. A 4-run first for Eden Christian, followed up by a 3-run second inning. Homer Center answers with their run here in the bottom of the second, and it's 7-1. No balls, 2 strikes on Zerfoss. The pitch from Janicki is a called strike 3. That was the most tepid umpire's call that you have ever seen in your life. And I know Matt didn't know if it was a called strike or a ball, but the umpire just gave a little bit of a wave and sent him to the bench. So 2 outs now for Braden Rado of the Wildcats. Still runners on first and second, or second and third, I should say. And Rado, a fly out to center field, his first time up. Braden, of course, with that outstanding .533 batting average, he's driven in 19 runs, 3 hits on Monday, steps in now, and faces a pitch from Janicki that is a ball. Two outs. Would love to see the Wildcats knock in a couple here. Rado facing a 1-0 pitch. Here it is. And that's a called strike. It's 1-1. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Janicki, the pitcher. The stretch. And here comes the 1-1. Rado swings and misses. A ball and 2 strikes now on the Wildcat catcher. Second and third, and 2 away. Again, the stretch. The pitch here by Janicki is lined to third base. That's actually a 1-hopper, fielded over to first, and he got him. So Watkins to Hull will end the bottom of the second inning. Wildcats get 1 on 2 hits. And at the end of 2, it is 7-1, the lead for Eden Christian over Homer Center in this PIAA quarterfinal baseball playoff game. It's an IRMC Wildcat playoff baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Transform your yard into the outdoor oasis you've always wanted with Bertig Landscaping. Our team of experts has the skills and experience to bring your vision to life, whether it's routine lawn care or a complete landscape makeover. From lush green lawns to stunning garden designs, we take pride in delivering high-quality results that exceed expectations. Let us handle the hard work while you enjoy a beautiful, functional outdoor space. Visit BertigLandscaping.com today to schedule your consultation. Bertig Landscaping, are you ready to transform your yard?
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
Big news, Indiana. SeaWorld is now your local Boost Mobile store. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just reliable service at a price you'll love. And a Boost Mobile signal strength and coverage you can't believe. Much better than the other guys. And not just phones, we've got cases, speakers, chargers, and all the accessories. Our storefront is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make the switch today.
This is the voice of Indiana County. 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
Ball game moves to the top of the third inning, 7-1. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. Nash Budner gets set to work his third inning against Christian Watkins, Levi Parrott, and Luke Burford, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Warriors. Watkins with a base hit in his first at-bat today in the first inning. He bats here to lead off the third, and he'll take a strike. 7 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Eden Christian, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Homer Center. That's the ball. It's 1-1. The pitch is popped up, out of play, left side. 2 strikes on Watkins. Budner, the windup and the pitch. And this one is grounded towards short. Dunn fields it behind the bag and over to first. A great play there by Braden Dunn to get Watkins one away here in the top of the third inning. Levi Parrott struck out his first time up and will step in, the designated hitter for Eden Christian. See with Braden Dunn. He's such a tremendous athlete, and when you have that knee injury that he got in football season, it's awful difficult to move, but he is very fluid again in his movements out at the shortstop position. No balls in the strike now on Parrott. Budner's pitch down low, and he chased it. It's 0-2 on the DH. Certainly Nash would like to get this one out of here quickly and get back to the dugout. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Parrott, and that's a ball up high. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 away here in the third inning. 7-1, Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. Budner's pitch is grounded, foul, down that third base line. Nice soccer play there by the umpire to kick it, stop it. So remains 1-2. Luke Burford, the right fielder, on deck. Nobody on, 1 away. Budner, the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the dirt, and throw down to first by Rado will get him. That's the strikeout. Second time this afternoon by Parrott. Strikeout 2-3, and Luke Burford will step in. He struck out his first time up. The right fielder. 2 away, nobody on. The windup in the pitch by Budner is up high for a ball. 7-1. 4 in the first, 3 in the second for Eden Christian. It's outside ball 2 now on Burford. Now, this is the number 9 hitter in their lineup. And Burford batting .234 on this season. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a called strike. 2-1. Batting practice going on just below us in the cage, so that'll be the distraction that you hear. Outside, 3 balls and a strike now. 2 outs, nobody on, a 3-1 count on Luke Burford. And Budner, the windup in the pitch. And, high fly ball into right field, where it will be easily handled by Dom Shimko, and that's a 1-2-3 inning, much needed for the Wildcats. We played 2.5. It's Homer Center trailing Eden Christian by a score of 7-1. You're listening to it on an IRMC high school baseball playoff afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
When
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posick's Auto Shop. Posick's Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posick's also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posick when you're in need of repairs. Posick's Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Your hometown morning show, Indiana in the Morning, on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
7-1, the lead for Eden Christian as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Homer Center sending to the plate Nate Birchall, Braden Dunn, and Colin Dunn to face Jacob Janicki. Birchall, a strikeout victim, his first time up, will take a strike here. Our third and fourth innings today brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair. For inspections, oil changes, and brakes, bring your vehicle to Posick's Auto Repair. Down low, a ball and a strike on Birchall. Noah Turk is in the bullpen now, warming up for Homer Center. Looks like he's going to come in to pitch the fourth. That's the ball. And it's 2-1. Ahead on the count is Birchall. Wildcats need base runners. They are trailing by 6 runs here in the third. And the pitch by Janicki. Bounces up there. 3 balls and a strike. He has walked 1 this afternoon. And that 1 walk was the leadoff hitter in the second, Shimko, and he came around to score. When it's fouled away, count goes full now on Nate Birchall. Janicki's pitch popped down the right field line, out of play, bounced right beside Homer Center's bullpen catcher. Never saw it coming. I guess you could put that thing up and protect yourself, but they didn't in that case. Another full count pitch to Birchall, popped out of play again on that right side. And so Nate stays alive on a reach there. Jacob Janicki, the pitcher. Has a new baseball, and here comes another 3-2 count. This one is pitched sharply, and get on your pony because you're never going to catch it. It's deep into center field and will bounce off the wall. That is a double for Birchall. Now he's going to round the bag and head to third. The slide, and he is out. Birchall rounded the bag, and I don't know if he hesitated or not. Did not look like he did, but the out will go 8-6-5. The leadoff double, and you know what they say about never wanting to make that first out at third base. Pitching change coming now for Eden Christian. as they'll bring on a new arm. Birchall is the first out of the inning. Janicki will leave. We'll tell you who the new pitcher will be. It looks like the big first baseman is going to come in and throw for them, Brady Hall. He'll get his warm-ups in. We'll take a brief timeout. It is 7-1. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. And you're watching Homer Center, or listening to Homer Center baseball playoff action on an IRMC high school baseball playoff afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
101.1 at AM 1160 WCCS and at WCCSradio.com.
Brady Hall, the junior, will come on to relieve Janicki after Janicki gives off that leadoff double. They were fortunate to be able to get the runner at third base. Hall, a 2.72 ERA, 2 wins and no losses in 8 pitching appearances this season. He has thrown 18 innings, given up 19 runs, 7 of them earned. He has struck out 9 and he has walked 9. So Hull will come on to pitch, and he will face Braden Dunn. Nobody on and 1 out after they get Birchall at third base. That is a ball. Lineup changes for Eden Christian. Noah Emsweiler will move from center field to play first base. And Janicki, the pitcher, moves out to center field. 2 balls and no strikes now on Braden Dunn. And it's up high, ball 3. Wildcat shortstop. This one is in the dirt, so a 4-pitch walk right off the bat for Dunn. And boy, it would have looked really sweet to be first and second and nobody out, but that's not the case. The runner on first with 1 out for Colin Dunn. And they, I think, can afford to be kind of patient with Hull, the pitcher, and make him throw strikes. Big, strong kid. Up high for Colin Dunn. Colin grounded out to second his first time up. Trailing 7-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wildcats with the runner on first and 1 out. The pitch to Dunn is a strike. That's the first strike he's thrown after 5 straight balls. One and 1 for Colin Dunn. That's a ball. 2 balls and a strike. They wanted that one. They did not get it. Now, Braden Dunn, who singled his first time up, did steal a base. He's at first right now. Short lead. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 2-2 now on Colin Dunn. Noah Turk has completed his warm-up as he's set to come in and pitch the 4th. It's outside. Count will go full now on Colin Dunn with Dom Shimko waiting on deck. 7-1, Eden Christian with the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 out, and the pitch is ball 4. So both of the Dunn brothers walk. I guess that would have loaded the bases, but I need to stop thinking like that. We've got runners on first and second for Homer Center. 1 out in the inning. It's Shimko, who walked his first time up and scored the Wildcats' lone run, comes to the plate now. Hull's pitch is outside, gets away. Uh-oh. Colin Dunn is stuck between first and second. He took off, but Braden Dunn did not go. Fortunately for the Wildcats, Eden Christian threw down to second to try to get Braden. They didn't even notice that Colin was really hung up. So a ball and no strikes. That ball off the backstop. There's not much room to advance when you've got that rubber backstop there. It's going to come right back to the catcher in the turf field again on this pitch, and it's 2-0. So he's walked the first two he's faced. He's in a 2-0 hole here to Dom Shimko. And Hull, with the pitch, called strike. Wildcats being patient, making them throw strikes. 2-1. Shimko is set. Here's the pitch. Way high. 3 balls and a strike. He's threatening to load up the bases for Noah Turk. You need base runners if they're going to give them to you. You better take them. 3 balls and a strike now, and Shimko will ask for timeout. He'll step out. Brady Hull back up on top of the mound. Out of the stretch, a 3-1 pitch. Down low again, he has walked the bases loaded. So how patient can Eden Christian be? They've given up a double and 3 straight walks in this inning. And they may be making another pitching change. They are. So he's not going to get anybody out. And Hull will leave the pitching mound. He'll probably resume his position at first base. And coming on to throw for Eden Christian next is Brett Feldman. He'll move in from shortstop. So more position changes coming for Eden Christian. They lead this game 7-1, but Homer Center has the bases loaded with 1 out. And our third and fourth innings today brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair, mechanical repair, professional detailing with military discounts. Bring your vehicle to Posick's Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South Homer City. 724-559-599-4053. 724-599-4053. Pitching change as he comes on to take his warm-ups. We'll take a timeout. It is an IRMC high school playoff baseball afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
IRMC Sports Medicine. Board-certified sports medicine specialists focused on comprehensive health care for active patients. Dr. Michael Suffredini says they can ease the pain.
You don't really have to be playing a sport to get injured. Any type of ache, pain that you're having, we always can take a look at and see what we can do for you to try to get you back to getting out there.
IRMC Sports Medicine can help at the Human Motion Institute on the main IRMC campus and Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4:30 at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar to new heights. Voted Gold Best Social Club and Best Sportsman's Club in Indiana County 2024. If you haven't seen the club lately, they are proud of their newly remodeled bar area and is excited about the new air purification system that has been installed. Take in all the sports action on the club's new large screen TVs and have fun with friends shooting pool, playing shuffleboard, darts, and skills games. Food, fun, and friends at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go Wildcats!
This is the voice of Indiana County. 101.1 FM and AM 1160. WCCS.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posick's Auto Shop. Posick's Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posick's also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posick when you're in need of repairs.
All right, we're back and ready to go now. A little bit of a difficulty here, but we're good to go. No balls, 2 strikes on Turk, 1 out, bases loaded. Line drive, center field, base hit. That'll score 1. They'll hold up the runner at third base, Colin Dunn, but the Wildcats get their second run of the game. Noah Turk with his second hit of the game. And station to station for the Wildcats. Bases remain loaded. And the lead now for Eden Christian is 5 at 7-2 as Nash Budner steps in, a double that scored a run in the second. He bats here in the third with the bases loaded. The pitch by Feldman is a ball. One out, bases loaded, one run in for the Wildcats. 7-2 they trail here in the third, and the pitch is a called strike. Feldman, the third pitcher of the inning for Eden Christian. A 3.23 ERA. Only his fifth pitching appearance of the season. That bounces. And it's 2 balls and a strike now. Inning started with Birchall's double. He was thrown out at third base. 3 consecutive walks to Braden Dunn, Colin Dunn, and Dom Shimko. And the single by Noah Turk. Outside. Ball 3. So trouble here on the mound for Eden Christian, and Budner, who is the pitcher of record for Homer Center, will await a 3-1 count. No place to put him. And staring down, here's the pitch. And that is going to be a called balk. I thought it should have been a balk a second before that, but they said he broke his hands. A balk will bring in the third run for Homer Center. Everybody moves up on the base path. 3 balls and a strike. First base now open for the Wildcats, and Budner awaits the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. Walk number 4 of the inning. 2 runs have come in to score. Bases loaded again for Drew Fisher. A line drive out to the first baseman, his first time up. And by the way, the position changes for Eden Christian after Hull went from first base to pitch and was unsuccessful. He's now over at third base. And moving to first is Emsweiler. Janicki remains in center field. So Hull made that diving great play at first base in that last inning to spear that line drive. But now the bases are loaded, 1 away. Drew Fisher is going to take a ball. Eden Christian has lost the strike zone in this inning. The stretch and the pitch by Feldman. That's a called strike. Feldman stares down again. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2 in the inning, and it's 7-3. Eden Christian the lead. Ball 2. You get them how you can, and Drew Fisher patiently awaits a 2-1 pitch. And swings and chops it to third. Fielded there by Hull. Throw over to first, and that is a double play. How about that? Hull turns the double play. He's made great fielding plays on both sides of the diamond, and that'll end the inning. 7-3 at the end of 3. Our third inning brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair. It's an IRMC high school baseball afternoon. Eden Christian with the lead by 4 on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posick's Auto Shop. Posick's Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posick's also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posick when you're in need of repairs. Posick's Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Your hometown morning show, Indiana in the Morning, on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160, WCCS.
We move to the fourth inning, and the Homer Center Wildcats will keep Nash Budner on the mound as they 2 runs pulled them to within 4 of Eden Christian. Jacob Janicki will lead it off. And he'll take this one off the shoulder. Janicki hit by the pitch. So the leadoff hitter, Janicki, makes it to first base. He's had 3 plate appearances. He's walked, singled, and now hit by a pitch. A dangerous part of the order, of course, for Eden Christian. This top of the order has done a lot of damage. Brett Feldman to the plate. Single and a walk. He scored twice in the game. Budner with a runner on first. Squaring around to bunt is Feldman. He pulls it back and takes the ball. The pitch is fouled out of play. 1-1. A ball and a strike on Feldman. 1 on, nobody out here in the fourth. And that's up high for a ball, 2-1. Our third and fourth innings brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair for inspections, oil changes, and brakes. Bring your vehicle to Posick's Auto Repair. Up high. 3 balls and a strike now on Feldman. Wildcats don't want any more trouble here. The stretch and the pitch. Grounded toward short. Fielded there by Braden Dunn. Flips to second, and he got him. A bobble by Braden, but he kept his head in there and flipped it to Nate Birchall for the out, the force play. So that'll go 6-4, and Feldman will reach on the fielder's choice. And with 1 away, Brady Hall comes to the plate. An RBI single in the first drove in 2 runs, and actually drove in 1. And a 3-run home run in the second for Feldman over the 388 mark in center field. Runner goes, throw down by Rado, and I think he got him. Oh, they called him safe. Birchall took the throw, umpire ruling that he did get in there with the steal, did Feldman. Nice throw there by Braden Rado. But a runner on second now, 1 out. The pitch was a ball to Brady Hall. He's made 2 outstanding plays, 1 at first base, 1 at third base. He's got the RBI single. He's got the 3-run home run. He's had himself an afternoon. And Homer Center doesn't want him to have any more. And they're going to walk him. The intentional walk to Hull. So take the bat out of his hands. Set up another force play. Emsweiler will come to the plate. Now, he's got great speed. But Emsweiler will come 1 for 2 this afternoon, a ground out to third and a single. He's driven in a run and stolen a base. This is fouled down the first base line. 7-3. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. They scored 4 in the first and 3 in the second. The Wildcats with a run in the second and 2 in the third. Nash Budner with an 0-1 pitch to Emswaller, and that is the ball. And it's 1-1. Inning started with Janicki getting hit by a pitch, forced out at second on the grounder by Feldman. Outside for a ball. After Feldman stole second, that opened up first base, and the Wildcats walked Hull. So 2 balls and a strike now on Emswaller with 1 out. That's way high for ball 3. Turk is warmed up for Homer Center. And making the move towards second base was Budner, chased the runner back, but he's only off by a couple of steps. A 3-1 pitch is due for the center fielder, Emswaller. And that is ball 4. Actually, he's the first baseman now. So just as the bases were loaded by a walk in the bottom of the third, here in the fourth, Homer Center has loaded the bases via a hit by pitch, an intentional walk, and a walk. Josh Tilden will come to the plate. But before he does, it looks like the Wildcats will make a pitching change. Noah Turk will come on. 1 out in the 4th inning. Bases loaded. And the lead for Eden Christian is 7-3. We will take a timeout. It is an IRMC High School Baseball Playoff afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
101.1 and AM 1160 WCCS and at WCCSradio.com.
Changes for Homer Center. Noah Turk will come on to pitch for the Wildcats. 5-2 on the year, a 4.70 ERA for Noah. 44 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 40 runs, 30 of them earned. He struck out 60 and walked 28. He'll take over on the mound for Nash Budner. Nash will move out to center field. Connor DeArmond will slide over to right, and Dom Shimko will come in from right and play first base. So the bases are loaded for Eden Christian. 1 out in the inning. Josh Tilden to the plate. And Noah Turk's work is cut out for him. They've not allowed a run yet in this inning, but certainly a scoring threat here for Eden Christian. Tilden walked and scored in the first, a fly out to left field in the second inning. Turk will work from the stretch with the bases full. Tilden is in there. Infielders up on the corners, up high for a ball. One and 0. Noah the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. That's a called strike. It's 1-1. Fourth inning action. 1-1 pitch is a called strike 2. Hopefully Noah can settle into a rhythm here. Our 4th inning brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair. One and 2, bases full, the pitch. Up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tilden. DeFazio waits on deck. Gets a little easier through the rest of this Eden Christian lineup from this point on, but Turk has to get this pitch. And that is driven into center field. Budner will give chase. It'll be over his head. He'll catch it just shy of the track. 1 run is in. A second run comes in. 3 runs will score. It's a bases-clearing double for Josh Tilden. And the lead becomes 10-3. He gave it a ride and drove in 3 on that double. Did Josh Tilden. 3 runs driven in for Tilden. The lead is 10-3 now, matching their largest lead of the afternoon. DeFazio to the plate, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Runner on second. Pitch is down low for a ball. If Nash is not going to catch up to that ball, there's hardly anybody that can, because he's got great speed and could not get there. 1-0, and the pitch to DeFazio is ball 2. 7-run deficit again for Homer Center here in the 4th. Turk the glance down to second, and the pitch is a ball. It's 3-0 now on DeFazio. Noah Turk. He'll work quickly. The pitch. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to DeFazio, which runners on first and second with one out. Christian Watkins 1 for 2 on the afternoon. To the plate. Watkins with a single on 1 bounce off the wall in the left field corner. His first time up, he grounded out to short. His second time up, he takes a ball here. 3 runs in the inning. 3-run double by Josh Tilden for Eden Christian. They lead at 10-3. There's a strike to Watkins. State quarterfinal baseball action here from Gateway High School. Wildcats trying to stay alive and make it into the Final 4. Here's Turk's pitch. It's a ball, 2 balls, and a strike. Still only 1 out in the inning. Runners on first and second. The pitch by Turk. Ball 3. I know it looked like he'd found his groove there on the first hitter, Tilden, but then after the hit, he's had trouble finding the strike zone. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. The pitch, up high. Bases are loaded once again. Watkins walks. Tilden to third, DeFazio to second base. So in this inning, Eden Christian has had a batter hit by a pitch. They've had 3 walks, 1 of them intentional. Only 1 hit in the inning. That was the bases clearing double. Levi Parrott, the designated hitter, to the plate. Scott Bauer and the trainer Bob out there taking a look at Noah Turk. And Noah's not moving very well. Don't know if he's got a knee problem or what. When he came out to the bullpen here, the bullpens are in pretty bad shape. The bullpen mounds are just raised platforms with artificial turf on them. And the turf is torn, both where the pitcher would go off the rubber and where the pitch would, and where his leg would land on the pitch. And they're actually kind of dangerous and need to be repaired. But Noah was pitching off that. You could see he looked at the one and said, that one's worse than the other one. So I don't know if that's an issue or not. He appears to be okay. He's going to face a bases-loaded situation with 1 out. Second time they've had the bases loaded in this inning. And the pitch to Parrott is a strike. Levi Parrott has struck out twice. It looks like Wildcats will get somebody else going in the bullpen. That's a called strike. Making his way down to the bullpen is Matt Zerfoss. Another stretch and another pitch. No balls and 2 strikes here on Parrott, and he'll take a ball. It's 1-2. See the Bethel Park pitcher down below us. He's taking out that bullpen as well and not liking it. This is a high fly ball into left field. Giving chase and not able to get there is Drew Fisher. It'll bounce off the wall, and 1 run will score. 2 runs are in. It is 12-3. Parrott with a 2-run double. They've had 2 doubles with the bases loaded in this inning. And now it's a 9-run lead for Eden Christian. Watkins will stop at third base. I believe Burford will come to the plate 0 for 2. Runners on second and third, 1 out in the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Burford awaits the pitch. Chopped foul. No balls, 2 strikes. He is the 9th batter of the inning. Jignicki, who led off this inning being hit by a pitch, is waiting on deck. 12-3. Eden Christian with the lead. Turk, an 0-2 pitch. Ball 1-2. Again, the stretch by Noah Turk. Runners on second and third, and the pitch. That's chopped toward Dunn and into center field, a base hit. 13-3. The bouncing single by Luke Burford makes it a 10-run game. Runners on first and third now for Janicki. Runner will go, and no throw down. The stolen base by Burford. That was without benefit of a pitch. Strike here. This, I believe, is a pinch hitter. Or is it? No, that is, I believe it's Janicki. It's hard to say at this distance to see the number. There's a pop fly that's going to get down in right field. And another run will come in and score, as it is Janicki, who has been on base all 4 times, an RBI single. Into right field, DeArmond had to jump high just to keep that ball in front of him. 14-3. Feldman to the plate. He scored 3 times today. 1 for 2 with a walk. Reached on a fielder's choice as well. He'll take a strike. A 7-run inning here for Eden Christian. And they lead it 14-3. That's a ball. It's 2-1. Or 1-1. Noah Turk with the pitch. Off speed for a strike. 1-2. He was ahead 0-2 on both Parrott and Burford. Both of them got hits. Now a 1-2 pitch. Still only 1 out. 2-2. To Feldman, who as of this moment is the pitcher for Eden Christian. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Everybody steps out. So we'll press the reset button there. We're still only in the 4th inning. Wildcats' Noah Turk grounded foul down the third base line. There have not been the usual amount of foul balls here this afternoon. Everything seems to have been put into play. Turk is back on the mound. The pitch is up high. The count will go full on Feldman. Runners on first and second. One out. Homer Center had closed to within 4 runs in this inning. There's a walk. And the 12th batter of the inning will come to the plate for Eden Christian, and it'll be Brady Hull. Hull singled and drove in a run in the first, a 3-run home run in the second inning, intentional walk earlier in this inning. He steps in there with the bases loaded. Turk's pitch is a ball. So things quite dire here for Homer Center in the fourth, trailing 14-3. Noah's pitch popped up. Braden Dunn out. In comes Drew Fisher. Fisher will call for it. Runner will tag, throw to home plate, won't get there. The sacrifice fly. Drew Fisher was playing very deep for Homer Center and came in and made the catch. The 5th RBI of the afternoon for Hull scores Parrott. 2 outs in the inning for Emsweiler. 1 for 2 with a run scored. He walked earlier in this inning. He's got a run driven in and a stolen base. Runners on second and third. 15-3 now. Eden Christian with the lead here in the fourth. Noah Turk dropped the baseball, has to go pick it back up. Here we go. Sky's clouding up a little bit more. Breeze blowing here at Gateway High School. A strike to Emsweiler. Out ahead of that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Emsweiler now at first base for Eden Christian. One of their 2 top hitters, batting .481 on the season. Had driven in 29 runs coming into this game. He's gotten his 30th RBI of the season in this game. He fouled this one back as well. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. 8 runs have scored in this inning for Eden Christian. Turk's pitch. Swing and a miss. And he got him. That's strike 3. So the inning finally ends, but for Eden Christian, an 8 spot in the fourth. They lead it 15-3. Our third and fourth innings today brought to you by Posick's Auto Repair. It's an IRMC High School Baseball Playoff afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities, help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Transform your yard into the outdoor oasis you've always wanted with Vertig Landscaping. Our team of experts has the skills and experience to bring your vision to life, whether it's routine lawn care or a complete landscape makeover. From lush green lawns to stunning garden designs, we take pride in delivering high-quality results that exceed expectations. Let us handle the hard work while you enjoy a beautiful, functional outdoor space. Visit VertigLandscaping.com today to schedule your consultation. Vertig Landscaping, are you ready to transform your yard?
This is the voice of Indiana County. 101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS.
15 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Eden Christian in this ball game this afternoon. And 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Homer Center. New pitcher is the 4th thrower of the afternoon for the Warriors. Christian Watkins will move over onto the pitching mound. He's been in the outfield. He started the game at third base, but he is now on the mound. And he will face Homer Center's Matt Zerfoss, Braden Rado, and Nate Birchall here in the 4th. Our 4th inning presented by Posick's Auto Repair, mechanical repair, professional detailing with military discounts. Bring your vehicle to Posick's Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South in Homer City, 724-599-4053. As Watkins completes his warm-up tosses and gets ready to face Matt Zerfoss, the strikeout victim, his first time up. Matt bats here in the 4th as the leadoff hitter. An 8-run 4th inning for Eden Christian has given them a 15-3 lead after Homer Center had closed it to 7-3. Zerfoss will take a ball inside. The one weakness that we've seen from Eden Christian, they don't have pitchers on this team. Besides the one player who's ineligible to pitch, and that's Emsweiler. He threw the game against Du Bois Catholic the other day. 2 balls and no strikes on Zerfoss. They walked 4 in the last inning. And that's way inside. 3-0 on Matt. They'll be taking here. The Wildcats look for base runners. He'll walk down to first base. So they walked 4 in the last inning. They lead off the 5th inning, or bottom of the 4th inning, by giving up a walk to Zerfoss. Braden Rado will step to the plate 0 for 2, fly out to center, and a ground out to third base for Homer Center. And he'll take a strike. Get the top of the order up for Homer Center, and maybe the walks aren't as much of a priority, but either way, you need base runners. Throw over to first base. Zerfoss was only off by a step or 2. And the 0-1 pitch is down low for a ball. It's 1-1 now on Braden Rado. What a senior, or a year he's had. Not a senior year. He's only a junior. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball. Two and 1. Bottom of the 4th inning. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Rado. Nobody out and a runner on first base. Birchall waiting on deck. Watkins out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's down low, and the count goes full on Braden Rado. Watkins checks the runner. Timeout is called by Rado at the plate. Now he'll step back in there. And here comes a payoff pitch from Watkins. And fouled back again by Braden. Center fell behind 4-0 in the first inning. It was 7-0 as they headed to the second before they got their first run. And after a scoreless top of the third, 2 more put in by the Wildcats to make it 7-3. But then Eden Christian with an 8-run fourth. And that's where we stand now, 15-3. The Warriors lead it. A 3-2 pitch for Rado is ball 4. So the first 2 men are on again for Homer Center. Here in the fourth. No give up in these Wildcats. They've come back too many times. Yeah, it's a really big ask to be down by 12 runs in the fourth inning. But there's nothing you can do but step up to the plate and take your swings, or in this case, take your walks. Birchall, 1 for 2, a double, and a strikeout this afternoon. After that double, he was thrown out. And there's another balk. Second balk of the afternoon will move the runners up to second and third. So Nate Birchall awaits a pitch with runners on second and third. And Watkins will deliver a ball. Braden Dunn will wait on deck. We work here in the fourth inning. 15-3, Eden Christian. Second and third for the Wildcats and nobody out. The pitch. Birchall takes a strike. 1-1. Nobody out, the 1-1 pitch. Gets away from everybody. But again, that short backstop, and it bounces right back to the catcher. 2 balls and a strike. Watkins with an 8.22 ERA coming into this game. 0-1 in 5 appearances. So Eden Christian struggling on the mound, certainly not at the plate this afternoon. 2 balls and a strike to Birchall. Check swing. That is ball 3. Could get a little interesting if Braden Dunn comes up with the bases full. A 3-1 pitch on the way to Nate Birchall. Take the walk and the bases are loaded. So, 4 walks in the last inning by Eden Christian pitchers. 3 to lead off this inning. Nobody out. Bases loaded for Braden Dunn. Single and a walk. He has scored a run and stolen a base. Nobody out. And conference at the mound again for Eden Christian. Watkins is their 4th pitcher of the afternoon, and they just appear to be conversing. I don't see any action in the dugout or around the bullpen area. They're going to leave him out there. But Braden Dunn will step in. Clutch hitter for the Wildcats. Braden batting .478 on the year. He has driven in 25 runs so far this season. Bases loaded, nobody out. 4th inning, a 15-3 deficit. He takes a ball. This is one of those games that could take even longer than it appears to be taking because of all the balls. Here's the 1-0. That's a called strike on Dunn. Wildcats will make him throw strikes. One and one on Braden Dunn. Colin Dunn waits on deck. Watkins working from the stretch with the bases full. Called strike 2. He gets ahead in the count. So, ahead in the count. Does Braden Dunn protect the plate? We'll find out. Here's the pitch. In the dirt ground, in the turf. Keep wanting to say in the dirt. I probably should just go ahead and say that. 2-2. Dunn awaits the pitch again. Nobody out and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The stretch. Watkins the pitch. And plunked him in the back. The 15th time he's been hit. A hard way to get an RBI, but he got one. Runners will move up. Zerfoss will come on to score. Dunn is on base for the 3rd time. And it's 15-4. Still nobody out. Bases still loaded for Colin Dunn. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And this pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Of course, Colin Dunn with 1 home run this season. It was a grand slam that won a game for them. He's got the bases loaded right now. No balls and a strike. The pitch by Watkins. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 now on Colin Dunn. Shimko waiting on deck. Three walks and a hit batsman to lead off this inning. Nobody out and the bases loaded. 1 run in. 0-2 on Colin Dunn. Inside for a ball. 1-2. Watkins again from the stretch with the bases loaded. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Colin Dunn swinging. A little bit up out of the strike zone, but 1 away now. Dom Shimko will come to the plate. 2 plate appearances, both walks. He scored a run. 1 out with the bases loaded. Now, they had the bases loaded last inning, did the Wildcats, and they got a ground ball double play. 5 unassisted, and then over to first. A ball down low for Shimko. Eden Christian with yet another pitcher warming up. The pitch is low. 2-0 on Shimko. Freshman Beck is warming up for Eden Christian. 2 balls, no strikes on Shimko. 1 out, bases loaded. Ball 3. Turk waiting on deck. He is 2 for 2 this afternoon. 15-4. Eden Christian with the lead here in the 4th inning. The stretch and the pitch. He'll take a strike. Dom took a couple steps toward first base there. But he knew it was a strike. See if he's taking again. The pitch by Watkins is fouled back. Count will go full now with 1 out and the bases loaded here in the 4th. Wildcats have had some opportunities, haven't been able to cash in on most of them today, but they do have 4 on the board in the game. They trail by 11 runs. Eden Christian's Watkins with the 3-2 pitch. Fouled toward the Homer Center dugout. Bethel Park and Shaler in the second game of this PIAA doubleheader. A lot of those Shaler kids have played Youth Legion baseball in Homer City. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Watkins the pitch. Shimko, hard drive into left field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. And station to station for the Wildcats. Now, they could have got an interference call there, and they're going to discuss this. Because as Nate Birchall was going to third, the third baseman, Hall stepped into his way and collided with him. He has the right to the base path, so they could decide to send him home if they wished. It doesn't look like they will. But Shimko with the RBI single makes it 15-5. Bases remain loaded for Noah Turk, who is 2 for 2 and has driven in a run this afternoon. Eden Christian, all kinds of difficulty finding pitching this afternoon. Of course, so has Homer Center. You hear the fans from Homer Center, they thought that they should have given Birchall that run. It's a strike to Noah Turk. 1 out, bases loaded. Watkins, the pitcher. His pitch is a ball. Started the inning with 3 walks and then hit Braden Dunn to force in a run. A strikeout of Colin Dunn. Shimko with the RBI single. 2 in the inning for Homer Center. They trail it 15-5. Can they get back into this game? Watkins, the stretch and the pitch. He goes sidearm, and it's up high for a ball. And it is 2-1 on Turk. Watkins working out of the stretch with the bases full. And the pitch. Turk fouls it back. 2-2. Noah's single in the 5th inning clinched the 10-run rule in the last game for Homer Center. He's got the bases loaded now. His single could mean a lot more here. 2-2, the pitch from Watkins. Down low, ball 3. He's already walked 3 in the inning and hit a guy. And a 3-2 pitch coming on the way to Noah Turk. Here it is. Check swing. He got him swinging. Second out of the inning. The strikeout of Turk. And that'll bring Budner to the plate. Nash, an RBI double in the second. He walked in the 3rd inning. 2 outs now and the bases loaded for Budner. His double was to deep center field. And they're respecting that. They're playing very deep right now. Birchall at 3rd, Braden Dunn at 2nd base, Shimko at 1st. Pitch gets away. That short backstop bounces right back to the catcher, so no chance to advance for Homer Center there. A ball and no strikes on Budner. Wildcats starting pitcher this afternoon. Watkins, the stretch and the pitch. Ball 2. Bases are loaded. 2 runs in the inning for Homer Center. They trail it 15-5. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Watkins from the stretch again, and Budner will step out. The reset, and here we go. Pitch is inside. Throw down to first base for some reason. Not a risk I think you want to take. 2 balls and a strike on Nash Budner. Now Watkins out of the stretch again. Budner awaiting a 2-1. There it is, and that's a called strike 2. He has struck out 2 in the inning. He has walked 3 and hit a batter. Working his first inning. Christian Watkins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Budner. Ball 3. So another full count pitch on the way to Nash Budner. And here it comes. Bottom of the 4th inning. 10-run deficit for the Wildcats. Bases full. A 3-2 pitch on the way. Budner swing and a miss, strike 3. And Christian Watkins gets out of it by striking out the side. A little bit adventuresome in between, but the Wildcats through 4 now, trailing by a score of 15-5. Our 5th and 6th innings brought to you by Bertig Landscaping. You're watching IRMC High School Baseball Playoff Action on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Big news, Indiana. SeaWorld is now your local Boost mobile store. Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just reliable service at a price you'll love. And a Boost mobile signal strength and coverage you can't believe. Much better than the other guys. And not just phones, we've got cases, speakers, chargers, and all the accessories. Our storefront is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make the switch today.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Your hometown morning show, Indiana in the Morning, on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160, WCCS.
Our ball game moves to the 5th inning with Eden Christian leading Homer Center by a score of 15-5 as Noah Turk gets ready to work his 2nd inning of action for the Wildcats of Homer Center. And his first pitch to Josh Tilden is a foul ball. Tilden with a 3-run double with the bases loaded in that 8-run 4th. He works here in the 5th inning. Our 5th and 6th innings brought to you by Bertig Landscaping, specializing in providing top-notch lawn maintenance as well as landscape design and installation services. Visit them online at bertiglandscaping.com. A ball and 2 strikes now to Josh Tilden. 1 for 2, a walk, that 3-run double on this foul ball. You hear it bouncing off our roof and out onto the roadway. Passing motorists. Remains 1 and 2. Up high for ball 2. So then working as the leadoff hitter here in the 5th, the catcher fouls this one out of play. Eden Christian scored 4 in the first inning, 3 runs in the 2nd, and an 8-run 4th inning for the Warriors, and they lead is 15-5. Turk's pitch. Stroked into center field. Budner coming on, and he'll make the catch. A really, really nice play by Nash Budner. Went down to one knee just as it got to him, and he covered it up nicely. Beautiful catch there by Nash Budner. 1 away here in the 5th inning. Levi DeFazio to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored for him. So DeFazio comes to the plate. Wildcats have gone with Budner and Turk on the mound this afternoon. That's a ball inside to DeFazio. One out, nobody on. And this ground ball is into left field, a base hit there for DeFazio. He gets his first hit of the afternoon. So they're going to rule that an error on Colin Dunn. It actually did split right through the legs there. Third error of the afternoon on Homer Center. At the called strike to Christian Watkins. 1 for 2 with a walk. A run scored he's driven into this afternoon. They'll take a ball here, and it's 1-1. So DeFazio on first base. That's down low for a ball. It's 2-1. The complex here at Gateway is a beautiful one. The field is gorgeous. The vantage point is not the best. We've got some pillars to work around. We're getting it done here this afternoon. It's down low ball, 3-1 now on Watkins. Loaded the bases and lost a runner last inning, but struck out the side, too, to get out of that jam. It's a strike, and it's 3-2. Runner on first and 1 out here in the fifth. And that's ball 4. So DeFazio down to second and Watkins to first base. Been quite the struggle on the mound and a little bit in the field as well for Homer Center this afternoon, and some missed opportunities at the plate. Levi Parrott doubled with the bases loaded, drove in 2 his last time up. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon. This ball is down low, gets away from Rado, and the runners will move up. Now, in that case, it didn't go bouncing back off the backstop. It sort of hit in just the right position that it could sort of run up the backstop, and so the runners got the chance to advance on the wild pitch. 1-0, and it's inside 2 balls, no strikes now on Parrott. Turk with the pitch. Called strike. It's 2-1. There's been only one 1-2-3 inning for Eden Christian. That was the third. The bottom of the order had some struggles. Swing and a miss here. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Parrott. Turk. Stretch. Step off. And Braden Rado then will go out to talk to his pitcher. Don't know if signals got crossed or what, but I want to make sure everything is straight. Another pitch on the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Eden Christian. They lead it 15-5. Check swing called. Strike 3. Parrott goes down for the third time on strikes this afternoon. That double more than makes up for that. Luke Burford will come to the plate. An RBI single his last time up. 2 outs now. Second and third. This may be a pinch hitter. It is. The freshman Fowler to the plate as a pinch hitter. We'll put this one into play. The ground ball to Dunn at short. Over to first. It hops, and it won't be able to be handled. That'll be a throwing error, and the run will come in to score. $16-5. Watkins to third. Error is the second of the inning on the Wildcats. It's short hop Dom Shimko, and he just could not handle that bounce off the turf. So the run comes in to score, and Janicki will come to the plate as Fowler, the pinch hitter, reaches first. First and third with 2 outs. Janicki's been on base 4 times this afternoon. He swings and foul tips this one. Walked in the first, singled in the second, hit by a pitch in the fourth, batted a second time in the fourth, and an RBI single then. So 2 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. He scored twice. Driven in a run. No balls and a strike. Turk's pitch is a ball. It's 1-1. Unfortunate for the Wildcats. They weren't able to convert there. This pitch is down low, a ball. 2-1. Feldman waits on deck for the Warriors. Noah Turk works out of the stretch. Runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the fifth, and that's a called strike. Turk out of the stretch. And the pitch. Runner goes, and it's fouled back. So Fowler will have to reverse, come back the other way. Kyle Fowler at first base. Turk fakes toward third, looks back at first, and Fowler wasn't budging. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Sense a change in the air here at Gateway High School. It's inside for a ball. Started with a bright, blaring sun this afternoon. And then breezy with some high clouds. There's ball 4. And now it seems as if that front they've been talking about is beginning to move in, because the skies are a little bit more cloudy and the breeze has calmed down. Janicki is on base for the 5th time today. And the bases are now loaded for Brett Feldman. He'll take a ball up high. Feldman singled and scored in the first, walked and scored in the second, and then batted twice in the fourth, reached on a fielder's choice and scored, and he walked again. So 1 for 2, ahead in the count 1-0, and he'll stroke this one into center field. Budner is right there. Will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. A run in for Eden Christian. And as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, our 5th inning, of course, brought to you by Bertig Landscaping. It is 16-5 on an IRMC High School Baseball Homer Center playoff afternoon. The Wildcats trail it on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Transform your yard into the outdoor oasis you've always wanted with Bertig Landscaping. Our team of experts has the skills and experience to bring your vision to life, whether it's routine lawn care or a complete landscape makeover. From lush green lawns to stunning garden designs, we take pride in delivering high-quality results that exceed expectations. Let us handle the hard work while you enjoy a beautiful, functional outdoor space. Visit BertigLandscaping.com today to schedule your consultation. Bertig Landscaping. Are you ready to transform your yard?
Employee pricing for all at Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City. That's right, you pay what they pay. Plus, drive home America's #1 selling truck, the legendary F-150, with 3.9% financing for 72 months and $2,000 bonus cash. See dealer for details. Luther Ford has been Indiana County's truck leader for 57 years. Ford Motor Company and Luther Ford, from America, for America, built right here for you. Your Ford experts, Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and online at lutherford.com.
101.1 at AM 1160 WCCS and at WCCSradio.com.
Ball game moves to the bottom of the fifth inning. Our fifth inning brought to you by Verdig Landscaping, specializing in providing top-notch lawn maintenance, landscape design, and installation services. You can visit them online at verdiglandscaping.com. Christian Watkins set to work his second inning for Eden Christian. And he'll face Drew Fisher to lead it off here in the fifth for Homer Center. Fisher, a line drive out to first base and a double play grounder to third. His first two times up. A ball and no strikes. He'll take a strike, and it's 1-1. Watkins in the last inning walked the first three batters and hit the fourth. Struck out a man, then gave up a run-scoring single. This is a ground ball to shortstop. Fielded there and over to first. A nice play there by Feldman to Emsweiler. One away. For Matt Zerfos, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored for Matt. 16-5, Homer Center trails here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The strike to Matt. Watkins, after all of that trouble in the last inning, ended up striking out the side. Here he gets a ground ball to the first baseman. Emsweiler will field it. And Watkins covering first, and he dropped the ball. He was there in plenty of time, but Zerfos is on courtesy of the error, the first error of the afternoon by Eden Christian. And they will put in a pinch runner for Matt. That'll be Detweiler coming out. Or DeArmond, I'm sorry. I say Detweiler. Braden Rado to the plate with a runner on first base now and one away. Rado 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored for him. Home plate umpire over, I think, the Eden Christian coach questioning whether Watkins had control of that ball long enough to record an out. Home plate umpire says, nope, that was a pure drop. That's a strike to Braden Rado. Actually, it's the ball. I don't know why they would have questioned the home plate umpire. The first base umpire is standing right there. 1-0. Rado squares around. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Braden is not going to be bunting here. I'm hoping to draw the infielders out of position a little bit. 1-1, and got him in the backside. Actually in the lower back, and that one hurt. He crouches at home plate. It's another hit by a pitch. And so first base will be awarded to Braden Rado. Second hit batsman for Homer Center. So Birchall will come to the plate. Rado will walk down to first. Home plate umpire talking to Watkins on the pitcher's mound. Nate Birchall, 1 for 2, double, and was thrown out at third and walked. He bats here with runners on first and second and one out in the fifth inning. Homer Center trailing 16-5. Watkins with the pitch is a called strike. The patience of Homer Center's batters, they're making Eden Christian throw strikes. They've had difficulty doing that all afternoon. But he's ahead in the count with Birchall, 0-1. Watkins. Check the runner at second, and here's the pitch. He'll throw down to first base, and Rado was way off the bag, but he dives back in. The pitch was a strike. It's 0-2 now on Nate Birchall. The Yarman at second. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low for a ball. It's 1-2 on Birchall. Braden Dunn awaits on deck. 16-5. Eden Christian with the lead over Homer Center. The pitch by Watkins is ball 2, and the count evens up. A 4-run first inning for Eden Christian, and a 3-run second. They were up 7-0 before Homer Center scored in the third. Wildcats put 2 up in the third and fourth. Wildcats put that first run up in the second inning. But an 8-run fourth inning did a lot of damage for Eden Christian. Here it's 2-2, and now 3-2 on Nate Birchall. Runners on first and second. An error on the pitcher, and a hit by pitch. And Watkins pulling around with loading up the bases again here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch here is outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for Homer Center, for Braden Dunn. So again, Homer Center with the chance to chip away at this very big lead. They trail by 16-5 here in the 5th inning. Of course, mercy rule becomes a factor here in the 5th inning. So Braden Dunn batting with 1 out and the bases loaded would keep this season going here for Homer Center. He takes a strike. Singled in the first and stole a base, walked and scored in the third, hit by a pitch. He's got an RBI this afternoon. Bases loaded and 1 out. The pitch, high fly into right field. Taken there. Runner tags, headed home, and the ball bounces off the turf and high over the backstop, or not the backstop, but the catcher. And so the run will score on the sacrifice fly. Probably would have scored anyway. That makes it a 10-run game. 16-6. The runner will move up on the error on the throw. Runners. And Colin Dunn bats. Still trailing by 6 in the 10th inning, or 10 in the 5th inning. Gosh, I'll get it right. This is a ground ball shortstop over to first, and that is going to do it. Eden Christian with the victory by the 10-run mercy rule on the ground out, 6-3, ending this baseball game this afternoon, ending the season for the Homer Center Wildcats. They fall 16-6. A game of some missed opportunities and a few unfortunate plays, but the Wildcats go down swinging appropriately here in the 6th or 5th. Our 5th and 6th innings today brought to you by Verdig Landscaping, specializing in providing top-notch lawn maintenance as well as landscape design and installation services. Visit them online at verdiglandscaping.com. Our post-game show presented by S&T Bank. Visit your hometown branch of S&T Bank or visit them online at stbank.com. S&T Bank, people-forward banking. 16-6 is the final. Eden Christian defeating Homer Center in this PIAA Quad A quarterfinal, or Single A quarterfinal game. S&T Bank postgame show next. You are listening to an IRMC high school baseball playoff afternoon on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer? That's commendable. But when it comes to tax laws, IRS rules, and regulations, it's not a bad idea to seek the help of a professional. That professional is Tom Citroni of Citroni Accounting. Tom can help with tax prep for individuals, families, and businesses, while also providing bookkeeping, accounting, and payroll services too. Wishing the Wildcats all the best in today's game. Citroni Accounting, Main Street, Homer City.
Since 1958, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club has been the heart of youth sports in the Greater Homer Center School District. From spring to summer, the Booster Sports Complex is alive, with kids learning the great games of baseball and softball, building skills, friendships, and future Wildcats pride. We're proud to be the foundation for varsity excellence. Good luck to the Homer Center Wildcats in the playoffs from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by Alex Scott, the little girl who was battling childhood cancer and decided to have a lemonade stand in her own backyard to help fundraise for a cure. In honor of Alex and everyone fighting this disease, join S&T Bank May 31st through June 7th at all bank branches for Lemonade Days. Enjoy treats and activities. Help us support research, awareness, and hope for these children and families in need. Let's make people our purpose and build a brighter future together. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar to new heights. Voted Gold Best Social Club and Best Sportsman's Club in Indiana County 2024. If you haven't seen the club lately, they are proud of their newly remodeled bar area and is excited about the new air purification system that has been installed. Take in all the sports action on the club's new large screen TVs and have fun with friends shooting pool, playing shuffleboard, darts, and skills games. Food, fun, and friends at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go Wildcats!
Your hometown morning show, Indiana in the Morning, on the voice of Indiana County, 101.1 FM and AM 1160, WCCS.
Our S&T Bank postgame show. Visit your hometown branch of S&T Bank or visit them online at stbank.com, stbank.com. S&T Bank, people forward banking. That's stbank.com. Final score this afternoon, Eden Christian defeating Homer Center by a score of 16-6. For Eden Christian, I've got them at 16-9-1. Scoreboard had them at 16-8-1. Homer Center at 6-6-4. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors for the Wildcats in this game. Eden Christian got off to a 4-0 lead in the first inning. A walk to Janicki, singles by Feldman and Brady Hall with a single to drive in a run, and then Noah Emsweiler with that was a 2-run single by Brady Hall. Then Noah Emsweiler with an RBI ground out, and Josh Tilden a walk. He then scored, and Christian Watkins drove in a run with a single. So it was 4-0 as we headed to the bottom half of the first inning. Homer Center did not score. They went out of the first inning trailing 4-0, and then Eden Christian put up 3 more in the second. The big blow, a 3-run home run by Brady Hall over the 388 mark in center field here at Gateway High School. And so it was 7-0 heading to the bottom of the second inning. Homer Center scratching out a run there as Shimko led off with a walk, was singled to third base by Noah Turk, and then Budner with the double that brought home Shimko with the first run of the game for Homer Center. But that threat ended with runners on second and third. In the third inning, a 3-up, 3-down top of the third for Eden Christian. Then Homer Center put up 2 in the bottom of that inning. Birchall, a leadoff double, but was thrown out at third base. Braden Dunn then walked, and Colin Dunn walked as well. Shimko became the third walk in a row, and then an RBI single by Noah Turk as the Wildcats putting up a couple of runs in that inning. Nash Budner with a walk as well for Homer Center before a double play ground out to third ended that threat. So they had a chance. They had the bases loaded with 1 out, but the DP ground out to third base, step on the bag, and throw over to first. And that ended that inning. In the 4th inning, then, that was when Homer Center ran into their biggest trouble spot. They gave up 8 runs in that 4th inning on only 4 hits, as it just wasn't working for Homer Center. Janicki was hit by a pitch. Feldman reached on a fielder's choice. Janicki wiped out, so 1 out there. An intentional walk to Hull, a walk for Emsweiler, a double by Tilden that cleared the bases. The bases were loaded there, a 3-run double. Then a couple of more walks and a 2-run double by Levi Parrott with the bases loaded. An RBI single by Luke Burford as well. And another single by Janicki in his second at-bat of the inning, and a sacrifice fly. So 8 runs scored in that inning. And that sort of opened up the game then, made it a score of 15-3 at that point. Homer Center did come back in their half of the 4th. They were able to get a couple of more runs. Zerfoss reached on a walk. Rado walked as well. Birchall walked. The bases were loaded, and Dunn was hit by a pitch, Braden Dunn. So the hit by pitch with the bases loaded brought in a run, but a strikeout, and then Dom Shimko, an RBI single, and a couple of more strikeouts, and Watkins was able to get out of it, leaving the bases loaded. Homer Center did get a run in the 5th inning, but so did Eden Christian. Eden Christian with a ball player reaching on a ground ball error, and then a walk. A wild pitch put a runner on third base, and another run came home on an error and another walk. So that made it 16-4 at that point, or 5, I should say. Homer Center with a run in the 5th inning as Zerfoss reached on an error on the pitcher, a hit batsman, a walk, and a sacrifice fly, but that's as close as they could come. The ball game ends with Homer Center trailing in the Mercy Rule 16-6 at the end of 5. There's your scoring summary. We'll give you some of the other numbers from this game when we return. Our S&T Bank post-game show. Visit your hometown branch of S&T Bank or visit them online at stbank.com. S&T Bank, people forward banking. It's an IRMC high school baseball playoff afternoon here on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.
IRMC Sports Medicine. Board-certified sports medicine specialists focused on comprehensive health care for active patients. Dr. Michael Suffredini says they can ease the pain.
You don't really have to be playing a sport to get injured. Any type of ache, pain that you're having, we always can take a look at and see what we can do for you, try to get you back to getting out there.
IRMC Sports Medicine can help at the Human Motion Institute on the main IRMC campus, and Monday through Thursday from 8 to 4:30 at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge.
Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling would like to congratulate Nash Budner and the Homer Center baseball team on an outstanding season and wishes the team success in today's game. Dedication, desire, persistence, and teamwork are qualities that make for a successful sports team and also for a successful business like Tom Budner's Heating and Cooling, the area's premier air ease dealer. Wishing Nash and the Homer Center baseball team success from Pap and everyone at Budner's Heating and Cooling.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
When you're in need of auto repairs, the place to go is Posix Auto Shop. Posix Auto Shop does your normal mechanical repairs, including brakes, exhaust, engine, oil changes, and state inspections. Posix also specializes in classic and antique cars. Trust your vehicle to Andrew Posick when you're in need of repairs. Posix Auto Repair on Old Route 119 South, just outside of Homer City. 724-599-4053.
101.1 and AM 1160 WCCS and at WCCSradio.com.
Our S&T Bank postgame show. Visit your hometown branch of S&T Bank or visit them online at stbank.com. S&T Bank, people forward banking. 16-6 is the final score. Eden Christian over Homer Center. Here are your numbers for Eden Christian. Jacob Janicki, 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Scored 2 runs, hit by a pitch, and he walked twice. And he was on base all 5 times he came to the plate. 1 for 2 for Brett Feldman. He scored 3 runs. He walked twice as well. Brady Hull, 2 for 2, drove in 4 runs in this ball game. An RBI single in the first, a 3-run home run in the second. He was also intentionally walked, and there's a 5th run that he drove in because he had the sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. So a big day for Brady Hull. He made a couple of really sparkling plays in the field as well. One when he was playing first base, and one when he was playing at third. Noah Emsweiler, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He walked, he scored a run, he stole a base, and he drove in a run. Josh Tilden was 2 for 3, that bases clearing, bases loaded double, a 3-run double for him. He also walked, he scored twice on the afternoon, and he stole a base. Levi DeFazio, 0 for 3, reached on an error, scored 2 runs, he walked. Christian Watkins, 1 for 2, 2 walks for him, a 2-run single as well, and he scored a run. Levi Parrott was 1 for 4 in the afternoon. With the bases loaded, he hit a 2-run double. And then Luke Burford, 1 for 3, an RBI single for him. Kyle Fowler, the pinch hitter, was 0 for 1. For Homer Center, Braden Rado, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He walked and was hit by a pitch. He did score a run for the Wildcats. Nate Birchall, 1 out of 2, a double. He walked twice as well. Braden Dunn was 1 for 1, a single, a steal in the first. He walked and scored a run in the third. He was hit by a pitch to drive in a run in the fourth, and he hit a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning for another RBI, so he drove in 2. Colin Dunn was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Dom Shimko, 1 for 1, walked twice, scored a run, drove in a run. Noah Turk, 2 for 3 this afternoon. He drove in a run with an RBI single. Nash Budner was 1 out of 2, an RBI double for him, and he also walked. Drew Fisher was 0 for 3 this afternoon. Tough luck for Drew in the field at the plate. Line drive that would have brought in a couple of runs that was speared by the diving first baseman, who then made the play that ended that inning. So Drew missed out there. And then when Brady Hull moved over to play third base, it was Drew who hit the ground ball to him that he turned into a double play. So bases loaded DP there. So Drew finishes 0 for 3. Matt Zerfoss on the afternoon was 0 for 2. He walked and he reached on an error and he scored 2 runs. For the Wildcats, Nash Budner will take the loss. They will finish their season with a record of 20-6. A fantastic season for the District 6 champions. They advanced to the PIAA quarterfinals. And we thank them for providing thrill upon thrill of this baseball season. The comeback kids were really, really good all year long. It's been a pleasure watching them. It's been a pleasure having you come along to join us as well, and all of our wonderful sponsors of our baseball coverage here on WCCS. We thank especially our sponsors of this game here today, our inning sponsors, and our co-presenting sponsors, American Legion Post 493 in Homer City and the Homer City Area Athletic Boosters. Also today's game brought to you by SeaWorld Satellites, Grayston Coral Sportsman Club, Robindale, IRMC, and IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Luther Plumbing and Heating, Posick's Auto Repair, Budner's Heating and Cooling, S&T Bank, Verdig Landscaping, and Citrone Accounting. We thank all of you all season long for following the Wildcats here on WCCS and when available on Renda Digital TV. Speaking of which, Renda Digital TV has the Indiana High game. That is actually going on right now, just getting underway, and that is at Plum High School, Indiana, in Central Valley. You can watch that on Renda Digital TV at any of our Renda Media websites. Matt Lewis has been our studio engineer. We thank him. We thank you for joining us on an IRMC High School Playoff afternoon here on WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.
You've been listening to an Indiana Regional Medical Center PIAA Playoff Baseball Sports Day on News Talk AM 1160 and 101.1 FM WCCS and online at WCCSradio.com. Our coverage of today's game has been sponsored by the Indiana Regional Medical Center and IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, the American Legion Post 493 of Homer City, by Joyce Plumbing and Heating, Verdig Landscaping, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, Posick's Auto Shop, S&T Bank, the Grayston Coral Sportsman Club, Citrone Accounting, by Budner's Heating and Cooling, Robindale Energy Services, Luther Ford Lincoln, SeaWorld Satellites, and by First Commonwealth Bank. Thank you for listening to coverage of PIAA Playoff Baseball on News Talk AM 1160 and 101.1 FM WCCS and streaming at WCCSradio.com.
We love sports, but sometimes they don't love us back. If you've twisted that ankle, wrenched that knee, or banged up that shoulder, IRMC Sports Medicine can help. Concussions, fractures, other musculoskeletal problems, getting you back in the game and improving your performance and health. That's what it's all about. Call 888-452-IRMC. IRMC Sports Medicine in the Human Motion Institute on the IRMC campus.
Employee pricing for all at Luther, Fort Lincoln, and Homer City. That's right, you pay what they pay. Plus, drive home America's #1 selling truck, the legendary F-150, with 3.9% financing for 72 months and $2,000 bonus cash. See dealer for details. Luther Ford has been Indiana County's truck leader for 57 years. Ford Motor Company and Luther Ford, from America, for America, built right here for you. Your Ford experts, Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and online at lutherford.com.
If everyone has lemonade stands, I think we can do it. These inspiring words were expressed by